Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But we talk about the kids.
What about the kids?
Okay, so y'all, the topic is we're. By the way, and welcome everybody to Q&C with Tab and Jap.
How y'all doing?
Right. So we just been in this heated discussion.
Not a heated discussion.
Not heated, but it definitely. I mean, as y'all see the look on my face, right? I mean, y'all, we just got in here, and it's like I'm speechless. So we
speechless about?
We started about the Project 2025.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
That's one thing.
Y'all. And Jap is totally okay with all of it.
I don't care. I don't care.
But I want you to tell the people why you can't wait or you hope it happens. See y'all? Because this is what y'all don't hear when we off camera. Let's get started.
I hope it happens because I want to see the look on people's faces when they feel like a country that was never for them betrayed them. That's what I want to see. Because we've been telling y'all this the whole time. Like, why do you even have faith in like this country? What has it done? So I mean, I don't expect nothing different. Like, I personally think that if Trump win, that's a notch for us. Like, he's defying everything. Like a president with fellow. Yeah, okay.
So a president that say we black people have black jobs.
I mean, I don't care nothing about that. I don't.
You work in a black job.
I work for a black-owned company. Yeah, but
it's a black-owned company.
Right. That's what I mean. I can work for myself. I'm a black job. I'm a black business. I mean, I don't care about depending on a corporation for money. I feel like we shouldn't even be worried about. Like, the little stuff that they talking about is stuff that we should be above. Like, we depend too much on the government for assistance. Like,
I agree with that, like the assistance from the government and all that stuff, because that was only designed as a temporary fix.
Right, but we don't use it for that.
Right. It has carried on way longer than it should. Right. That's for sure. And I'm okay with doing away with it. Like, I
ain't saying do away with it.
I do feel like a lot of black people and whites too have gotten away from working 9 to 5s because of all the assistance that
there's a lot of people that refuse to work because if they make too much, it'll decrease the assistance. I mean, the world is crazy, inflation is crazy, so I think all of us need assistance, especially if we can give assistance to refugees.
I was about to say too, though. I do feel like that as much as we've been through, we deserve all the assistance that we can get.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you think about a lot. Some states give their residents like $1,000, $2,000, and it keeps their economy. No, it keeps their economy. But yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Like, I think it's a good thing, actually. I mean, if every state could get on board.
Good and bad. Like I said, I'm always say it's relative terms. I mean, stuff that we think is good for us, like we probably think EBT is good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's free money, but there's people working for that free money. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, them good groceries off of EBT. I wish I could give me some.
Yeah, but taxpayers pay that. You know what I'm saying? And people who pay taxes, they can't get food stamps. You know what I'm saying?
I think everybody should get food stamps.
I mean, first of all, stop making food high. Like, why is
that's what I'm saying?
High?
That's why I feel like in order for us to eat healthy, like we need to be eating food stamps. We
wouldn't need food stamps if we stopped depending on, if we fed ourselves, like grew our own food.
Well, they say they trying to stop. They're trying to deter us from growing our own foods because it will it'll tank the economy.
Hey,
but I'm okay with it. Look, allergies, y'all.
Some people gonna lose some jobs. That's what it's got to be. A candy bar shouldn't cost $4.
That's true.
Not when they was just 2 for $1 15 years ago. Like, come on, man.
25 cents.
Like, there's a lot of stuff, man. We need a whole reset. That's what we need, for real. But
well, I hear that's what we're gonna get.
I mean, we too complacent. That's what I feel. So I think we need a shake up. I think we need to see, like, if we consider.
Do you think the
ourselves-
country needs to really hit rock bottom?
I don't think the country is going to hit rock bottom. I just think that
I hear we on another recession.
all of that stuff is whatever. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if we were a community, their recession wouldn't bother us.
That's true.
So if we not doing that, I mean,
I honestly feel like that the government, as long as and as well as white America, and I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say it, white America, have scared black people from doing that. And I say that because when we were thriving, we had Black Wall Street, we had our own communities in there. We were thriving, and they burnt it all down to the ground.
Bombed it.
Like, so if they could do that to us, what, 40 years ago? This just literally like 40, 50 years ago.
Probably not 40. Was it?
Yeah, it was like 1940s, 50s, and 60s.
40 is not that long ago.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
I think it happened more
About
like
60?
50, 60 years
Yeah,
ago.
but still, that's still not a long time.
I know. I'm just saying.
And
They won't do that now. They'll do it probably covertly, but they ain't gonna drop no bomb. You know what I'm saying? But they, I mean.
But you think about this. You remember us having that conversation about, look how they did Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't, but they took everything he had because they wanted the house that he was in because they wanted the oil. That was a black man, so they threw him in jail.
Is this facts?
Yeah.
Where you get this from?
Just Google it. It's everywhere. It's public knowledge.
All right, I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
I am.
They put him in jail. They put him on trial. They put him in jail.
It's a lot of
they
rumors.
They took everything from him in that house because his house was sitting on oil.
Hold on, Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby.
Oh.
And they wanted it, so they wanted to take him.
I mean, I
you look at that. You look at that, and then you think about it. And I mean, I'm saying allegedly because, but you can go look it up for yourself.
I mean, I won't be surprised. I mean, we let this government do whatever they want.
But I think that's what put a little bit of fear in blacks.
I mean, we're not scared of nothing, man.
You don't think so? That man
man
had everything, and they took that. And so when black people see them, like, it's like to us saying, we're white and we're above you guys, and regardless to what, we're going to show you, we're going to make an example that this is what we can do when we want something that you got.
They're going to always do that. You know, you got to whip somebody to get the other ones in line, but I mean...
But don't think that put fear in other wealthy black
I don't
men?
think it put enough fear in us for us to be scared of some Project 2025. I mean, if we wanted to change something, we'd do something.
But they debunking everything.
I mean,
they're trying to overturn everything.
But I mean, you would have to, for me to care about that, which means I would actually have a value in this system, and I don't see any. I don't see any value in the system. I'm grateful to have lasted this long, but I don't think.
But even the transgender, they're trying not to give them rights. They're trying not to give gays rights.
Extra rights.
No.
They are people, so they have rights.
No, they said that they are tying them into gay pornography.
No, so that means they don't have social rights.
Y'all.
They don't have, like, what, social media rights? What
They're not gonna have any rights. They said they're putting them in a category like, you know how they tell you,
So they can't be treated.
like they're putting them
gay.
in the category of being like pedophiles.
Hey man, this a Christian nation, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, you okay with that?
I don't have a say so in that. I mean, I don't. What people do with this sex life, that's. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't have to agree, but if I don't even agree with the lifestyle, first of all, but I don't. I don't. Dislike the people, but I don't agree with the lifestyle. I love the people, but if this is the law, I don't have a problem with like countries that have communist views. I think that we as a people in this America, we need that.
I feel like
free.
we need some structure for sure.
Yeah.
I like some of the other countries' laws. Like I feel like and that's why it's a lot safer.
I mean, I don't think that. I mean, I don't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't like Biden, and I don't care. But
I don't like neither one of them.
I don't think it's gonna be a difference.
But I really do wish Kamala would run.
I don't.
I like her. She's done a lot for California.
I mean,
for her state, she's done a lot. I've seen a lot of things that she's done, and I'm on board with it. Like, I like her agenda.
I don't care if Kamala run. If she win, it'll be all good. I mean, I'm not one of the ones who's looking up to the American government. I'm just living my life.
But it's gonna affect us, and it's gonna affect your children. And how are you gonna live with it?
They gotta live with that. I gotta live with mine. They gotta live with theirs. What are you gonna do? Get your children run, hide, go in the bunker? What? You gotta adjust to the time. It's been worse times.
I think it's gonna get worse.
Well, we'll see. If we want it to be worse, it'll be worse. If you wanted to, whatever, make a change.
How do we do that?
You gotta start with yourself. First of all, stop being afraid and stop voting.
Stop voting.
Stop voting.
Then they really gonna have their way.
If they say they need the black vote,
we don't stand
and you
for
withhold it until you get some change, then stop until you get some change. Why are we still voting if these are the two? These are the two. Rabbit poop.
It's like you gotta get the lesser of the two evils.
That ain't what we gotta do. That's what we accept. It's hundreds of candidates.
Well, who should we vote for? Who would you, if you had to vote for anybody like that wasn't even Trump or Biden? Who would you vote for?
Man, I would have voted. If I could handpick a president, say he'd run the country. Minister Farrakhan.
Huh?
You heard what I said.
Why?
Because he's the most qualified.
You think so?
Yeah.
But you don't think that he would be for his own agenda, just like everybody else?
What do you think his agenda is?
I don't know. I mean, he would try. Okay, well, tell me.
Peace,
tell us.
Fairness, equality, freedom, justice. That's what Islam is, peace.
Okay. So are you Islamic?
I was under Farrakhan.
Okay. So.
But I'm not religious
practicing
now.
Okay.
But I know what he stands for, and I know.
And you believe in what he stands for?
I believe in his message. I believe in his teachings because I lived them.
Okay.
I'm not living them. I mean, I have the principles, but I'm not in the nation active right now. But man, I've seen the battles that he's had with the government, and I know what he preach and teach, and I know that if we follow that, we would be in a better place than where we are now.
Okay.
Who would you pick? Kamala Harris?
I don't know. I just think the best we ever lived was when Clinton. If I could go back and pluck him and put him back in there, I would tell him to get his dick sucked every day. Okay, Monica? Come on back to the White House, girl.
What year was Clinton, man?
I don't care, but I swear it was good.
Like what,
life was
92
good.
Of them?
Life was good, and he was for the black people.
How many years ago?
I want him back. When did they stop letting president? When did they stop letting presidents do more than 8 years?
Oh, I think they stopped it a long time ago.
I want that back.
No, because then the president you won't like will be getting that same equality. Trump gonna win, you know that. Yeah.
I hope he don't.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why you such against it.
Hell, I don't. You know what? At this point,
Like
I really don't care because we really don't have nothing good coming up there anyway.
Why do y'all act like Trump was not just the president? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like y'all act like, oh God, the devil coming. He was just the president, and you're fine right now.
Yeah, and he was horrible then.
Wow.
And he was horrible before he got in there.
How would you say?
Listen, he did not like. But this is what I don't like Trump, but I respect him. You want me to tell you why?
Did food stamps get cut off while Trump was in, brother?
I don't know. I don't care because I didn't get none. But what I'm saying is that what I do respect about him is that Trump is who he is. He don't hide behind anything. Like when he come out there, we know he's the devil and he has his devil face on, okay? Like he does not, and I'd rather see my enemy too. And that's why I said, like, at least we know what he's for and what he's gonna do. And he's gonna tell you that. And I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with, as far as like with Biden goes, is that Biden is a liar.
I mean, but we knew that before that. We were saying that during the debate with him and Trump. I mean, he's a politician.
Like he did everything that he said he was going to. He did the total opposite, and it looks like that he's doing exactly what Trump was going to do: is make the richer richer and the poor poorer. So it really, to me, like I think he only cleared up a certain amount of debt.
You can't have an economy without a poor class, though. You know that, right?
But I'm just saying. I feel like even back when Clinton was president, even the lower class people,
looking at it through a different lens.
I'm looking at it far as the economy went. When he was there, the economy was good. Like everything was good. Like even poor people had jobs. They was working.
I can't remember.
I want to say it was.
How old were we?
I don't know. It was like in the early 2000s.
Nah, man.
I think he was
George
right.
Bush.
No, he was in 2000s. Clinton was.
Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, it was the 2000s. We in 2024. We 24 years in now.
Okay, we got
93 to 2001.
To 2001. Okay, but still, it was good.
93. That was a good hip hop era. Now
it was. Everything was good.
So I can't front now.
Like, yeah, life was good then.
So right after Bill Clinton, it was Bush, right?
Yeah. And then he sent us right in the damn war. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
any president was going to do the same thing. That's the agenda. That's first of all.
Like I said, you asked me who I would choose.
Clinton?
I would choose.
You just saying it because they say he the blackest president.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying, like, I remember that time, and I remember that was a good time. Like, it was a good time. And I'm not saying that, like, not as a young adult, but I'm just saying, like, as a working young adult, a single mother.
You was in your 20s.
I was in my 20s, but I also, like, my mom, my parents, like, I seen people that was working paycheck to paycheck, really, like, thrive.
High school.
Buy houses and do all those things.
Damn.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was good. They had a lot of programs and stuff.
I wish I could go back to that time and tell myself something.
Oh, now I definitely wish I could. The things I tell myself.
Jesus. Damn.
Yeah, see, that was a good time. Nah, here you go. I knew it was coming.
Stick to the books, man. Leave them women alone.
Woo.
Nah.
I would have did a whole lot of things differently, but for sure.
For real, boy.
Man, but them was some good old days. Just the thought of
Man,
it.
I was on the road making money all the time, man.
I'm telling you, money was good. It was plentiful.
That's when dang on CDs was just hitting the scene. What?
Everything was just hitting the scene.
Jesus.
I'm
That's
telling
that
you.
good money. I'm talking about, man. Anyway,
Right.
whatever.
I'm telling you.
Talking about some
See, I
bad
just
money.
put you back in a time that you know. Listen, you even got a
Listen,
smile on your face.
I go back further than that now.
Well,
Ronald
shit, I
Reagan.
can't.
shoot.
Now, I think Reagan was a good president too.
Nah, man, got my mama on crack.
Reagan did that. You want to say Reagan did that?
It's his era.
That was his era, but I don't think he did that.
Man, what you mean? How you think the crack got in the damn hoods?
I do believe the government.
He ain't personally.
I
did it,
do believe the government did
but
have a hand in
that-
it.
Yeah, that war on drugs, bull crap.
Listen, they had to do something to break us down because we was thriving.
Yeah, and they tried. They tried.
We was thriving.
Boy,
Just think about how many people got on crack though.
I know. Same amount
Like
of
it
people that's on
almost
weed
like
right now.
like it just almost took a whole country out,
Still people on crack to this day.
and they love it
My damn best friend got on crack.
for real.
This shit is sad. Like,
How do you handle
it was
it?
like that.
How do you handle it?
I barely see him now, but when I see him, it's all love. I mean,
That had to hurt though, didn't it?
hell yeah, man.
It's a
Like, we
terrible
was
thing to
together
see.
like every day, like so, like staying the night at each other's house, like brothers,
Mm.
and like we ain't even hit 20. I don't even think, and he was on it,
Before?
or on his way. Yeah,
How though?
man, you gotta watch who you hang around.
But do you think, like, I know back in that era, a lot of people got their stuff laced.
I don't
That's
think
why
he
I
got it
never
laced.
smoked a lot of weed back then when I was growing up because they laced it back then. You know,
I don't
that's
think he
that's
laced
back
it.
that's back when they was smoking the weed and the crack together.
Oh yeah,
You know that
I don't
era.
know that era, no. I mean, I know about it, but no.
That's the era that we
I
grew up
wasn't
in.
smoking it, but
I didn't either.
he,
was
he already
scared.
had like a weak mind, like easily to
Be influenced
yeah.
or addictive personality.
I ain't gonna say that, man. The only thing we was doing was eating a bunch of candy and shit. Sugar addicting, but we wasn't even smoking like that. We would hang out, we would be in little gangs, whatever, do a little stealing and shit like that. But we wouldn't. We wasn't no drinkers. We wasn't like no major smokers. So I mean, when he got
So that had to hurt when you realized that he got on crack.
hell yeah, that's my brother. I mean, but hey,
Have you tried to help him get off of it? I'm just asking.
you just I don't even know how to answer that question. How you gonna like? First of all, clarify what you mean. Give me some examples, and I'll say yes or no. Because this is a crackhead we're talking about now. This is like the most powerful thing in the world. Like, have you ever tried pulling somebody out of a tornado?
That they like.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing.
love
Yeah. See, we talked about that
more
before.
than anything. Yeah.
They love that high.
You got to be more addicted than the drug. How you gonna? I mean, they gotta want it. They gotta want to not be addicted to that. Like my mom, she was addicted to it. She just quit. And she was addicted for like 26 years. I mean, she was in and out of
Rehab.
rehab and stuff like that. But
Like, has he been on any type of rehab?
jail.
Have you, like, helped him get into any kind of rehabs before?
Nah, I barely see him. I barely see my homeboy. I'm like, no.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like when people that I know that's near and dear to me, like, I love them. I try my best to help them as much as I can, like, to get help.
I don't know.
And some, like, I know one of my, he's like an uncle, but He's not my uncle. He was a guy that my mom dated, and they were best friends.
Oh, okay.
It was his best friend.
Right. I got you.
And they would always come. He's a contractor, like he's like family to us. Mm-hmm. So he would do a lot of work for us, and he was a contractor, but he was on crack so bad. And like he would come to he would get a $3,000 check. Like this, how he had big contracts, and he would get a $3,000 check, and he would go and smoke that whole check up. And then he come to my mom's house, and you know my mom cooks. So she was send him food and stuff to his wife and kids for the week. Every week he'd come and get because he didn't smoked up. And like sometime when the wife would kick him out, he would sleep in the back of his truck in front of our house. Like in front of my mom's house. He knew it was a safe place. But when I come out there, I'd be like, get your ass up out this damn truck. Like, I would just start raising sand. And I was like, you mean to tell me you got a wife and a daughter and all you want to do is just smoke crack? Like me and him would just get into it.
You can't talk crack out of somebody, man.
I did, though, because I would fuss at him so much. And I was a teenager. But I would fuss at him so much. He said every time, especially at night, when he hit that rock, all he could hear is me cussing him out, talking about that little girl and his wife.
I mean, if it help, it help. But
he said, you know, you got me clean. And I was like, I didn't get you clean. I mean, you got yourself clean. But he said every time he would hit it, like, I would fuss at him so much. He said I would fuss at him so much, like I would be so hurt because I was like, you a grown man, like how could you just let this drug, this little bitty tiny thing take you down a rabbit's hole like that? Like I would just be so mad.
Hey, it's addictive for a reason.
But he got clean, and he been clean like 20 something years, like 25, 30 years now.
That's what's up.
Because I was like 15, 16, and I used to just fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss. And I'd be so mad. Like, it would just... Because I had an uncle that was on crack. You know, and he was my, like, ride or die. Mm-hmm. And...
They functional, man. As long as you...
And he was a closet. He was in a closet.
So he was functional. Though.
Yeah, he was functional. Until he wasn't. Right. Like, when he started stealing, that was a different ball game.
Man, see, that's when you...
But then when I finally dug into him and, like... put him on blast in front of everybody one day because like he turned on me and I was like, well, if this is what you gonna do, then you tell everybody you smoke crack. And when I did that, he got clean and he never went back to smoking. So that's why I say, like, some people I can't, you know, I ain't saying that I can help them, but sometimes
I think if you
gotta love really, I think you gotta love them enough to somebody got to be the one to say, get your shit together.
Yeah, but I think it's easier for people who try to hide it, because they feel like they know that it's wrong, but it's just so addicting that they gotta do it, but they don't want it out Front Street. The crackheads that's walking the street, like I think they might be like gone. You know what I'm saying? Like
they just too far gone.
Yeah.
But I done seen some really be walking. I've seen some that walk the street. And now they clean as they can be.
I mean, it's possible, but you got to really take them away from that environment for a period of time for real results. Because as soon as they get back, all it takes is one friend to convince them, you know, to think about that first hit, you know.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a dang on a NASA engineer that was on crack bad.
Yes.
And this dude, like, I think he lost, like, he was functional first, and then he dang on spiraled down. Nah, he was like NASA building dang on spaceships and stuff. Like,
crack will take you down.
He did interviews and everything. He was talking about like. Every day he had to smoke and everything, but he making so much money with NASA. You can smoke crack all day long if you want to. But that's what I'm saying. If you function, as long as you ain't breaking into people's houses and
I've seen it take people down. I was in a parking lot out Wendover. This man said he was a prominent judge here. And he was standing out there in his little chaps and Docker pants, begging for money.
Damn. Hey.
I mean, he was clean. But he was, and I asked him, I just had to ask, you know me. I said, I just got to ask you. I said, what happened?
That's crazy.
He said, fast women and partying.
Man,
that's how I found out he was a judge.
Yeah, you judge, you got all the power.
He was a lawyer, and he worked. He said, I lost my family. I done lost everything behind it. And I just felt so bad. And I said, I probably shouldn't have helped him or gave him no money, but I just had to give him some. I was like,
you can still support. You can still.
I was like, I know he gonna smoke this little $10 up, but I just felt so bad.
Hey, that's life will humble you, man. It'll humble you quick.
Yeah, I was like,
But
you was
karma.
No, I don't think it was karma. I don't think that at all. I think it was just that he got caught out there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nicely, you could tell he probably was a really, really nice looking man in his younger days, and you could tell he kept himself, he was shaved, he was clean, his clothes was ironed.
Asking for money.
He was out at the window at the Sheets, the Burger King and the Sheets and stuff right off the highway.
Oh yeah.
That was his spot.
Oh man.
I ain't seen him, in a good little minute. He might have got clean or anything. I hadn't seen him since before COVID, but he was definitely, that was his area. And everybody would give him money.
They be making more money than people.
He made a killing.
You can go to Cali right now and beg for money and make more money than people over here working full-time jobs. It's better to be a bum over there than a bum over here, If I'm gonna be homeless, I'm gonna go where the people at. And the people that got money.
Well, he definitely knew the area, because I would go get him a biscuit.
Good.
And just imagine how many people did that, because look how clean he looked.
Right.
He was so clean and well put together and very educated.
I'd rather them people tell me the truth. Though.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He told me the truth, so I'm just not going to tell you a lie. I'm an addict.
Hey.
And I can respect it.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me and be like, can I have money for food, groceries, whatever. He said, I'm an addict. He just flat out. He said, I can't get,
Hey.
Well, he said he had a home. He inherited his mother's house or whatever. He's like, I got a place to live. He had his family had enough money to where he's taken care of. He just don't have enough to support his habit.
Oh man. Yeah.
So he's like,
a lot of stuff.
While he out
illness,
smoking,
though,
I think it is. I think a lot of it is.
A lot of people that be dealing with mental illness don't even get it diagnosed. We go through so much shit in life, man. A lot of us walk around with undiagnosed mental illness.
I think so.
Shit. But man, it's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, I think it had to be a little bit of mental illness along with it.
Yeah, I had a close friend of mine, brother, lose his mind too, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But
that's the saddest thing to watch.
That is very sad to watch, because we watched the whole progression of it, being the cool dude, to the paranoid dude, to the almost schizophrenic stage, to the now just walking around the city, not even talking, losing weight, looking like an old man. It's crazy.
So his mind just gone, or is he on drugs too?
Nah, he ain't on drugs. He
just
lost
gone.
His mind, yeah.
They say the mind is the terriblest thing to waste.
Hey, when you can't help it, you can't help it.
Did he not get any medicine? Nobody treated it, or
he on medicine now, but when you losing your mind, you don't even know that. Only the people around you know that. You know what I'm saying? You just know it's normal to you. So, but it is some people, when they start losing their mind, they notice. I was in college, in psychology class, we watched so many documentaries about.
I did too.
That type of stuff. So that's what make me, really care about people, not judging people.
Me too.
Because you don't know what is going on in the person's mind. That's why I ain't got no beef with nobody.
Right.
You ain't about to snap and just kill me. You know what I'm saying?
Me
I
either.
don't know what is gonna tip you over.
I think every person they should put a psychology class in high school.
That should be a prerequisite
It
to
should.
graduate high school.
I think so,
Yeah, for real.
and I think they need to start it in the 9th grade
They-
because by the time they get to the 12th grade, they know how to deal with all these different personalities.
True that. And I think, like, is this common sense? Why would you not
But
teach
some
people
things
about
not.
like that fundamental thing? Like,
I don't know because did you know that like we all sleep in cycles? Did you know that like 90-minute cycles? And so, but that's stuff that we learned in psychology.
Right.
But everybody else don't know that.
see, they teach us the stupidest stuff. That's why I don't have no problem with them dismantling this education. This is not education. I have not used A plus B plus C. I haven't used the Pythagorean theorem. None of that stuff. Well, I have some because I do that type of work, but
Yeah.
most of that stuff, man, people is not using that, man. Like all these words and stuff. Like, come on, man. This is not schooling. Our 9th graders is on the level of other countries' 4th graders and shit. Like, come on.
That's
man.
true.
Speaking multiple languages, we barely speak English.
I feel like that starting elementary school, we definitely should have bilingual teachers like coming into pre-K.
They got
I think
some
that
stuff
they
like
should like
But it should
they
be
shouldn't make it where it's
prerequisite,
specific schools that do offer that. I think every school should offer it
Well, I think we
because
should
in
homeschool
different.
more. We should homeschool our children more.
How? Because some of these parents ain't smart.
No, but there's avenues. Like homeschool don't necessarily mean the parent is at home with their child. Like they have virtual classes where it might be a mother that is an educator, like, and she knows how to
And the
read.
teacher is on the screen.
Yeah, she's virtual.
Well, you know they
with
tried that with COVID, and them
Now,
kids
they
was
tried that
asleep.
with
And
teachers, not real homeschoolers that's teaching the children about real things like your curriculum. Like you teaching them the same curriculum, they not interested in school. They're not gonna be interested in at home either. Like you have to. The job of the instructor is to like find ways to teach the children because
I
every
wish
child
I-
don't learn the same.
I wish I could have homeschooled mine.
Like every country will tell you that standardized testing is one of the worst things that America
It
has
is.
done to the children.
Yeah.
Like you don't know if you're not teaching how the mind operates. How do you know how to educate the child?
I agree.
You just trying to you shoving everybody down the assembly line. We all got to do the same thing.
Well, they say now at this day and age, all they're doing is passing the kids now because they got to meet
Yeah,
a
no
certain
child left
quota,
behind.
and
You know what I'm
the teachers don't want to lose their jobs.
So that's why I don't have an issue with them defunding it, dismantling it. I don't.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you believe in blacks should teach their own kids and whites should teach their own kids?
I don't. I think that will only apply to certain things. I don't think that you have to be a certain race to teach. Like if
I'm
you're
just saying
a scholar,
educational why, because I hear a lot of blacks say like their kids don't get the best education in white schools.
I would know. I know why they say that. You know what I'm saying? That's the same reason a lot of parents, black parents, want their child to go to HBCU. But I mean, I really don't care because if the HBCU teaching the same curriculum as the PWI, then you just basically having a black experience in a white institution. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's their curriculum.
Right. Now, if you teaching strictly African American history,
Right, like
all of
everything
that type of
African
stuff,
American,
right?
right,
Then
right.
yeah, of course. Like I want my child to learn
Honestly,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like
No disrespect to A&T.
Yeah,
I love
no,
A&T. You know
right.
what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I honestly feel like this might be wrong. It might be the wrong way of thinking. I am not racist or anything like that. Like I'm not I'm not stuck back in the time, but I do feel like that whites should go to their schools
So you want segregation?
I would
You was
love
just complaining about.
no. What I'm saying is that I feel like we should all have the same rights, but I feel like we all. I'm pro segregation.
I don't.
Like I want us to stay on our side of the tracks, and I want them to stay on their side of the tracks because
believe in
I
that.
do feel like our kids will grow up a lot better. I
Yeah.
feel like
I believe in that. Yeah, I believe in that.
I do believe in it.
I just don't believe that.
I don't believe everything should be said. Like, I feel like we all should be able to go eat and mingle or whatever. But I am totally okay with having all of our black colleges, our black schools, our black education with our own curriculums, right? At banks, everything. I feel like that is okay with me. Like, I don't want us. It makes me sick sometimes the fact of how we thrive off of the things that they dangle in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we always want what they want, but instead of wanting what's best for us,
I hate hearing the first black this. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Yeah, I hate
exactly.
hearing that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, because it's not. We've been the first black everything
Right.
because we invented half of everything that makes the country work right now.
Exactly. But to your question, I don't. If a white educator is like remarkable in their expertise,
Right. And if I had to
Yeah.
invite them over into a black school, absolutely.
we can
You
learn
know,
from each other. But
we all can learn. Right.
if it's not fair and if the curriculum is not geared to be basically fair minded, so that the black student comes away with the same thing that the white student comes
Right.
from, with a fair outcome and a fair shot at life,
Right.
then let us educate our own so that we can
Get them
employ
up to
our
that
own
level. Right.
and like when we can
And
commingle, but we need this education so they can know, so that because if y'all trying to get rid of it, something which if you worried about white cute children's mind, I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
Don't teach it in schools. It's our job to teach our own children first.
That's
and foremost.
true. I agree.
So if we don't have our own schools, that's our own fault.
That's true.
But-
I agree with you on that. And that's why I don't, when all the black people start complaining about stuff and like this, that, it's like, well, what are you going to do to change it?
Exactly.
Like, I would love to open up like a boarding school for our black kids, like the underprivileged black kids, so that they can get like the love and attention from our black people, like besides what they see at home. Like, because some of them really don't have it. And I think that would save a lot of, but then you got to fight with the ones that once you do so well with these underprivileged black kids, they gonna want their privileged black kids to come.
See, the thing is, we got to get
Like, I would
black
love to open
children
up
to
that.
be proud to be
Black.
and not have a shame for it,
Mm-hmm.
because white children automatically, their curriculum is automatically embedded in that.
It is.
This history of their domination over different countries and stuff like that. Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black history taught for 1 month. No,
Right.
we should be able to educate our own so that they can be proud of being black firstly, and
Right.
not be so focused on worrying about fitting into a world that's not even for them.
There you go.
But the pride, if you got that pride, then you won't worry about how I'm gonna find a job. You know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna do this, because I already know what my ancestors did, what they overcame.
Right.
So I could be more. I could be better. I don't need to look for a job. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we're gonna
saying?
start
It's
a
whole
business in
different
our own
mind.
community, open up a whole new avenue.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we all so quick to just jump on board, like Gucci, Prada. We can make our own Gucci. We can make our own. Like, people didn't even know that Louis Vuitton was owned by a black man.
I don't know that.
You didn't?
No, I mean I don't care about.
Well,
Louis
go
Vuitton.
Google it. But that's what I'm saying. He the only richest black man, but he look halfway white. But I'm just saying, he's black.
I mean I don't care about. None
But
of that
I'm
fashion.
just saying, like, we could be that we could
I mean,
have
it's
these high dollar
important.
names.
It's important.
It is very important.
Just like I don't care about politics, but Barack was important. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Kamala is important.
She is.
Right. And our children should see that.
Right.
But I'm tired of it just being the first black this, the first black that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And us
It should be
worrying
the
about
new normal.
it. Right. I mean,
Right.
we should have our own, first of all.
Yeah.
I think that we should have our own government
I do too.
because I don't think that we get treated fairly. So
Yeah.
if you're not going to treat us fair, let us govern ourselves. Do you want to deal with us? Obviously, you don't
Right.
like us.
But then you want to control us. So, and that's the problem. They can't. They want to
They
control
need
us. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, why are we giving them
The power
the power?
when we can take our own power back.
Right. Like, wow. Like, if we withhold our power, it's not going to hurt us to withhold our power because we should be demanding something for our contribution to their system. Like, we're not holding nobody
'Cause we
feet to the
deserve
fire. Y'all better pass these laws. You better, make the food FDA be stricter on the foods. Why is there no fucking fruits with seeds in it?
Right.
Who decided that?
I don't know.
A burger costs less than a cup of fruit. Like, there's clearly an agenda that we don't need to be attached to
It's to kill us.
if we want, real freedom, justice, and equality. And we can only get that to ourselves. But if we're going to let somebody take it from us, then we deserve to get it taken from us. Because
I agree. Like, if you don't fight, you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Fall for anything. Whatever they say. Like, Project 2025. Okay.
It is
Okay.
really bad, though.
We'll see. We will see. We're going to see. In 4 years,
I mean, calling gays pedophiles, I think that's a bit extreme.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that.
Yeah.
If you calling a pedophile, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
But they ain't got nothing to do if you
Like-
gay or not. If you a pedophile, you're a pedophile.
Right. Now, I agree with, who is it, Louisiana? Is it Louisiana or what's that state that's saying that I think it's Louisiana, they're castrating pedophiles, sex offenders?
I mean, I completely agree. I don't know. I don't keep up with it, politics, because
I think it's something like that, allegedly.
that's you sure about that?
I think they said they're either castrating or they're giving them the death penalty.
Damn.
I mean, the death.
I mean, that's the same thing.
Yeah. I think they should, though. I feel
What
like
about
if
women,
you
though? What are they doing?
both.
How you gonna crash?
I mean, not castrate them, but they give them the death penalty. I think it's one. I gotta go look it up. Don't quote me on it, y'all. I'll come back on the next one and let y'all know
Damn.
which one it was.
Hey, it's a reason why,
I think
you
they
don't
should,
go to
though.
Africa and
Anything
be
that you
scared.
rape, molest, and torture, and any of that, you definitely should automatically do life. You should be castrated.
I mean,
I
it costs
feel
more
like-
money to keep somebody on life.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think they should I think they should die.
I think. See, I'm kind of twisted.
I mean, not think that they should die, but I think that it should be something to set an example or set the tone. Like, y'all cannot keep doing this to
Yeah,
these
you
kids.
should definitely give
And
an
I also
example.
feel like if they trafficking, they need to do that.
Oh, they
the
need to be
same.
gone.
They need to exact.
They need to be gone.
Yeah. Anybody that is trafficking
But
kids
see,
and all that kind of stuff, you definitely should.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not taking up for anybody,
Mhm.
especially not criminals.
Mhm.
I just feel like some people don't even have the option to learn the behavior that they learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is a thing that, if you don't have the mind to separate that, it's like, okay, yeah, everybody that does a certain type of crime, boom. But some people, that's what they know.
That's their second nature.
Right. So if they're not educated, how can you judge them based off of
I
what
feel
they're
like,
uneducated
but
about?
what I've seen is something like I used to always think, and I might be closed-minded, but I'm more open-minded to it now. But I used to think, like, when you see a lot of sex trafficking and stuff, it's a lot of, like, whites and, like, cartels and different things, like, different ethnics. but not too many blacks. But now I see it's more blacks than joined on the bandwagon too, and that's something that I thought that we would never do.
I don't know why you thought that. Wherever money at, that's where we gonna go.
That is so bad.
We'll do whatever for money. I mean, we'll cross any. If there are no lines that we won't cross for money as people. You know what I'm saying? Because
As people
we
or
worship
as
money.
black people?
I'm saying people, period. Because for us, money means something different. For them, money is not as valuable to the money is not as valuable to them as the power is that they hold with it. You know what I'm saying? Money is valuable to us because we trying to get out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? That's not.
But
beneficial
you
to
want to
us.
steal somebody's child for $1?
If you 5 and somebody take you and raise you up in that, have you doing criminal activity, like that's what you know. It's not even about a dollar amount. It's just a matter of this is what you know to survive. That is the first law of the universe. Surviving, existing. So I mean they're not doing it because they enjoy it. That's just their life. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard. That's why a lot of children don't get judged like adults because they expect an adult to have a made up mind and a conscience about life. Children are still learning life. So it's like, okay, if you see somebody, doing a crime, molesting something, like, are you going to try to deal with the reason or just deal with the action that they did? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any compassion with that? When it comes to pedophilia, you know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, not with the pedophilia.
You don't have any compassion?
No. I think that's
Zero?
hard. I think that's hard. I don't have no compassion for nobody that rapes and touch and fondle
The action
children.
is horrible. I'm saying people only know what they know.
Well, what's the problem with why did Jeffrey Dahmer do it?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that's why
But you do want to know why. You do want to
I
figure
do want
it
to know
out.
why, but his parents seem so normal.
I mean, normal
They
is a
said he
relative
grew up
term.
killing animals. They didn't.
And if you see that, then you automatically know that something might be wrong with this dude.
I don't know. Listen, one thing I do know is, and I agree with you on one thing, especially in our community, children adapt to what they see or what they know. Because, like, I never forget, I was talking with a small child, like maybe about 12 or 13 years old, and his dad robbed a store. And in the midst of him robbing the store, the lady killed him. And the child said, she didn't have to kill my daddy like that because he only went to go rob the store because we was hungry.
Exactly.
I felt so bad. Now, I get why he went and did it.
Right.
I understood that part, and he wasn't trying to shoot them or anything. He just wanted the money. And because he wanted it because his kids were hungry. And I understood that. Like, I guess in his mind, because that's all he knew to do was to rob and steal instead of go to work and things.
And he probably tried to apply for jobs.
And he did because he had just got out of prison.
Right.
And so the only next thing he knew is he came home to 2 little girls hungry.
Right.
And their mama was kind of strung out a little bit. And he was like, well, damn, the kids got to eat. Like, I got to do. And they killed him. Now, that was the worst thing. Like, I felt so bad. And just the thought process when they was like, she should have just gave it to him. And you think, now, the kids was like, she should have.
That's what he thought.
Like,
That's why he did it.
Well, that's what the mother told the kids.
Right.
The mom said she should have just gave him the money instead of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how them kids. Then you think when they got 15, 16, 17, they feel like people should just give them something
if
they hungry. Yeah.
If they threaten you because they feel like my existence is at stake.
Right.
So I'm only doing this detrimental thing so that I can survive. So why don't you just give me what I'm asking you for, and there won't be no trouble. That's essentially what people say to themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It's rare that somebody robbing somebody with the intention to kill them. They just want you to give up the goods. So I mean, if you raising your little ones up in that lifestyle, I mean,
that was just
there's got to
so
be
bad.
some type of compassion.
Yeah, I did have compassion because I understood it. Like I understood the whole thing from start to finish. However, it's the mentality of thinking that anybody or everybody or somebody owes you anything, like just supposed to hand it to you.
I don't think think they owed. I just think they want to take it because a lot of people who don't have, like I grew up not having, so the world when you're looking out, like it when somebody has a little bit, it look like they got more than enough, so they not missing nothing. If you give me this, you're not missing nothing.
Yeah.
Because we think you living a good life. You can get this back. You know what I'm saying? You got insurance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't need this as much as I need it. Because you're not starving like me. Or you'll be out here doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So.
But I don't think you should take anything. I don't think you should take anything.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. But I understand.
I understand it too. I do.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been a good little interesting conversation tonight. And definitely some things for people to think about tonight.
You still ain't tell me what rights the gay people was losing though.
They said they put them in a category of pedophiles, and they're taking all of their gay rights, like same-sex marriage, all of that. He's overturning all of that. Oh. All of that is in that 2025. Like gay rights, transgender. You know how they just made a thing where transgenders could have health insurance and stuff? They're going to overturn all of it. And they're going to clump them and put them, if you identify as transgender, they're going to say like you're a pedophile or you're into like gay pornography. That's where you go. That ain't cool. I mean, because everybody's just human beings. And that's not to say
I really
because you're gay, you're a pedophile.
I really think that is the effects of them going so hard for it. And I'm not saying it's right, but
and just the civil right, like everything, like all of our civil rights organizations, anything for blacks, for abortions, for any type of other ethnic group besides white, then they're debunking it all. Like they're overthrowing every policy that's in place for us.
What I think the LGBTQ and the transgender community, where they could have probably made this a more smoother transition, is wanted to be included, but still wanting the separation between, like, it's not I want to be a woman, so now I get to go into the woman's bathroom. Now I get to play in women's sports.
Well, they not gonna do none
that
of
type
that.
of stuff. They would have been like, we want our own transgender league. We want our own transgender.
And background. You know what? And I think they should do that. I absolutely don't see nothing wrong with it, because I feel like, yes, we understand y'all have rights and y'all have everything, and we want to cater to that. But I do feel like that they should have their own bathrooms and things like that. Because I feel like that because they don't like to be made to feel uncomfortable. Right. So why make other people feel uncomfortable? That's my point. So don't push the agenda. Right? Yeah. Like I do feel like they should have their own bathrooms and stuff, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think that it should just say transgender, but I think it should have something to let them know. Yeah.
Whatever they want.
Absolutely.
But like I said, that's what I think would have helped integrate that into society. I think so.
Yeah. I agree.
You can't have
like baby steps.
A man winning Woman of the Year or like that type of stuff is kind of crazy.
Did you not see the article going around about the transgender male that was raping. They put him over
In the
in,
women's prison.
and he raped them.
They probably.
They said he
they
was
probably
raping them.
hang on. They probably did that.
They did what?
You think they was raping them?
He said they said he raped him, and they had to remove him and put him over in the men's prison.
Man, if it's 4 of them, we gonna jump them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure they probably did, but I mean, ultimately, he had the strength of a man.
Because he's a man. But, you know, hey.
I hear a lot of transgender. They'll tell you quit.
But
They'll be like, "Don't forget, I'm a man."
I mean,
and I be like, "Okay,
I mean,
I love
they gonna
it."
let
Like,
you know.
yeah.
But you know, I mean, I don't think stripping anybody of anything unless they gained it inappropriately,
Right.
or like against the law, or like through some crazy, you know, shit. Like, you know, just because your people was, you know, conquering lands, that don't mean right now you should still own the booty from that. You know, you got all the gold that you know don't belong to you.
Right.
I don't think that, you know, stripping rights from anybody is cool.
I
but
don't think that either.
I don't think that anybody should have any extra rights. I don't think that there should be extra rights.
Extra rights, like what?
Like, why do we need to create more rights and laws when everybody should be equal?
Okay, I agree. Like, it should be no specific laws.
Right. I don't think that. See, I think
It
that we
should
just
be-
focusing and caring about stuff that don't need.
I
need
think
to be
people
focused on.
heighten a lot of things that's really just irrelevant.
Yeah, like if you want to be
and
gay, you want to be
unnecessary.
trans, okay, be that.
Yeah,
Be
and
that.
it's okay.
Right.
Like, if you
Don't-
want to change your name,
Right.
change it.
Well,
If
you gotta
wanna do-
force, like, you gotta force it everywhere now because you believe that you need to be represented everywhere. You want, if you have a right to do that, but you gotta understand that there are people that are against it. So now when these people decide, okay, you went far, now we're gonna go far. This is just the repercussions of decisions being made. So everything is a opposite equal reaction. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for the last 4 years, trans been the thing.
Yeah.
So
What you're saying is we're not trying to highlight it because there's so many more other issues besides trans.
it's
that
way
we
more
could
issues.
be-
I mean, it's
that we
important for
could tackle.
them because that's their fight.
Right.
But that's not important for everybody.
But hell,
else.
it's our fight. We black.
It ain't
We
my-
still fighting.
I mean,
We still fighting
we ain't got nothing from
to
that,
be
man.
equal, and we not.
I mean, we're not gonna be equal as long as they run the country.
That's what I'm saying. So that, I mean, I get what you're saying when you say it like that because everybody's fighting for something.
Yeah, and America is fighting the wrong things. Like it. I mean, like I said, I think that I think this Project 25 is a culmination of the frustration of that agenda, whatever, you know, that lifestyle being forced on the people.
I think the reason why they highlighted that is because, like you said, that is the heightened topic, and that has been, and it's the new trend.
Yeah, right.
And so they highlight that because if they highlight that and they get the LGBTQ community onto it as
It's been
well
about
as
8 years. Did Obama do 8?
yeah,
Because he the one who introduced
it all.
same-sex marriage. So yeah,
Yeah.
the whole.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, they
that's
been
been
waiting.
the agenda. Yeah.
They
So they
been
waiting to
waiting, yeah.
debunk it all.
Yeah,
Like
but
they
dealt
want to
with
take
it
it all
for 12
back.
years. So that's 12 years of anger building up to unleash that
Oh,
2025.
and they trying to turn it
So, I
off.
mean, hey.
But well, they just trying to. I mean, they said that's their way of making
I mean,
America
but
great.
what does it matter?
Is taking us back to the old original constitution. You know, the old rules, the old ways. They want to put it back.
Are they gonna like criminal? Like if you gay, they gonna arrest you off the street?
They said they're gonna be categorized as pedophiles and pornographers.
If they get caught doing something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm saying if they not just snatch you up
Like-
off the street, then like some.
Now, allegedly, because don't quote me on what all the articles say,
Oh, okay.
but I'm just
Somebody
saying.
know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying what
But go read it
We
because
gonna
I
see.
read some of it, and some of it is.
It might seem horrible.
it's a lot.
It might be horrible, but this is the country that we proudly support. So if your leadership says that, you follow one leadership, you believe in it, follow the other. That's what it is. You're going to have to deal with it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't want to have to deal with even hearing about trans. Like, it's a lot of, why is it in schools, elementary schools? This is a lifestyle. Like,
Because I guess, the LGBTQ community, some of them say they were born that way. So they want to give children the option and for it to be
but
okay
you let their parents do that.
if they say, but again, it starts at home. So if
It
the
don't
parents
matter.
say that Johnny can wear ponytails and lip gloss in
Then that's what they do.
second grade, then what they're trying to do is get the students to understand that everybody's like, oh, well, Johnny's a boy.
But if he's
And-
a boy, then you're not
and
gonna,
if-
you're not going
but-
to confuse the rest because one wants to be called.
No,
black.
what they're doing though, they're trying to help kids understand that Johnny was born in. Oh goodness, I can't get out. Johnny
the
was
wrong
born
body. Yeah, but that's not the
in the
scientific
wrong
fact,
body,
so-
or Johnny is different, and it's okay to be different.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
But I think that's what the goal is. I don't think the goal is just to push that agenda. It's just saying that it's more kids that parents are allowing to be who and what they want to be. And if that means Johnny
But they don't
Johnny
make it
wants to
right.
be Jamie,
Because the children don't know what's best for them, first of all. And children don't even know what the difference between a male
well,
and a female
they say
is.
children got rights.
No, children got no damn rights.
So
Right to survive. The right to live, that's it.
they didn't even ask to do that.
Exactly.
So, but at any rate, I think what the goal is not to push the agenda. The goal is to say we have different students and we want to welcome them all and treat them all the same.
Okay, so what's wrong with just introducing them to the class and telling the truth?
They did. That's what I'm saying. Like, Johnny is transgender, and instead of calling him Johnny, even though we know that's his name, he would like to be called Jamie.
So you
And he
already
would like to
messed
be
up by saying
recognized. Well, I mean, but when they explain it, because they have to break it to him, because they got to break it to
why
him to
you-
where kids
why does-
understand, like, Johnny is a
No.
boy.
See, that's
I
where
mean, he
we
looks
different.
like a boy.
The kids don't need to be learning about that because the kids is already stupid.
The kids are not stupid. Don't call
We,
kids stupid.
The American education has dumbed down. We are dumb. We're like one of the stupidest countries in the world.
Jasper.
Look it up. Why the hell are we worried about trans? Like, you could do
What
that.
you're saying is why they pushing that so hard instead of pushing education?
The real
The hard-
education.
the real education.
Right.
Well, what's the real education?
Like learning about first of all, learning about mental, learning about your mind, learning about behavior, learning about actions. Basically, in Japan, I think they don't even put them on a curriculum until after their exploratory mind has developed. So you get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Let them be kids. And then they teach them based on how they learn.
I like that
Yeah, we're like, we
because
got...
every child learns different.
I just don't. I don't like the school system. Period.
Okay.
I don't like the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's beneficial.
Well,
I think it only works because America.
what do
We're
you
in
think?
America.
What do you think should be done to change it?
I already said we should have more homeschooling with our own. Like, it's nothing in the law says you can't teach your child about finances. There's nothing in the law that says
I
you
do
can't
feel like
teach your child
finances
about,
and all those things
like,
should be.
You should not graduate high school and not know how to calculate a mortgage, not know how to raise
to
my
balance a
credit
check.
score,
Or
how
balance
to
a
right.
check.
Now you can't even write in cursive.
Now, that's
Like, come
true.
on now. It's stuff that we could be learning that we're not learning. Like I shouldn't be.
They have taken a
learning
lot
this
of
stuff
things
at 40.
out.
Like you took out wood shop. I used to love that. Home ec, learn how to
Photography.
bake cookies. Like,
Yeah,
why did
sew.
y'all remove
We
that?
used to sew.
That's what I'm saying. What are you doing?
Because guess what? Because we complained and said it makes all black women or women, the white women and black
That ain't the
women,
reason. I
look
don't
like we
believe
was
that.
domesticated. Like
I
that's
don't
all they
believe
wanted
that.
to teach
I
us was
don't
how to
believe
cook
that.
and
That ain't
clean and
why they
take
took
care of
it
our
out.
husbands.
I don't think that's why they took it out.
But they used to have it in the curriculum.
Exactly. It was an elective you could take. Why? Like, you're not really trying to educate your citizens on how to survive in this world.
Yeah.
You just want to teach them some pre-calculus and U.S. histories and
Something
shit like
that we ain't
Come
gonna
on,
even
man.
do.
That's not going to help them in the world. It's not going to help them
Yeah, that's true.
at all. Like, everybody.
But at least they've added like to the high schools and stuff like that, like different trades and stuff, like where
to the high schools. Was
where a lot of them have these bridge programs now
Oh, you talking about like
where they can do like CNA, cosmetology,
that's
nursing,
like half
CNA,
and half high
yeah,
school college courses.
yeah.
Yeah. But you got to be exceptional. to
No,
get into that
they
type
giving them certifications, so when they come out,
Yeah,
like if
because
some
you
don't
are
want to have a
exceptional.
job, I mean, if they don't want to go to college, then they got a skill like like cosmetology or trade, some type of trade.
Mhm. And they got college credits.
They taking them in high school.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they get college credits for that.
hmm
They basically getting an associate's degree while they finishing up.
Some are,
cool.
but some are just taking just a trade, and then
That ain't
some of
every
it's
school.
not going to
It ain't a
like
part
the
of
college
It
credit.
ain't a part of Guilford County schools. 'Cause
It
it's
is.
not a prerequisite because every school ain't teaching it. I ain't heard about it.
Well, you got to pay attention.
Is it happening for
Yeah,
real?
it's in all of them. All of the high schools have that
What's
program.
it called?
I don't know, but it's a bridge program. Look it up.
In all high schools. You
They
saying
should.
all?
They should.
Nah, see, should and is two different things. Don't say all. It probably some white schools that you.
It's not white schools. Dudley definitely has it.
You talking about Dudley Academy?
The high school itself have it.
It's two
Listen,
different
these
things.
kids don't be wanting to do nothing.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's
think Dudley-
plenty of programs out there. They just lazy.
And that ain't lazy.
Like some of these
you're not
parents,
teaching them
like
right.
some of these parents don't even want to send their kids to camp, and it's free.
If you was teaching them the right stuff, they wouldn't be lazy. They don't want to learn this crap. We don't even want to go over it with them. How many parents you know really helping their child with homework?
I don't know.
Exactly. And we don't even understand. They done changed math up. Like, come on, how you changing up math? Like, come on.
It should always.
You don't
be
even
the
want my child to
same.
know the answer. You just want her to do this 10 division problem just to come up with the same answer that's 3 steps. Like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like, math was okay. We didn't need to redo math. It's
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2.
It's all
But,
still the same, right?
man, this is crazy. Like, that's
get
what I'm saying, man. They focusing too much on the wrong stuff, man. We need to be really like, it's 2024. It was nobody has a flying car. Like, come on now. We thought we was gonna be a lot further. 30 years ago, we thought the world would be a lot better place than what it is right now. And it
Listen,
ain't.
24 years ago, we thought the world was gonna end in 1999. Shit.
I'm telling you, me and my crew, Y2K.
We thought the world was gonna end.
We was in a
Boy,
circle
well,
with
you
the
should have
floor.
seen us praying when
Yeah, we prayed
1999.
for 1 hour straight on our knees, waiting for the destruction.
Praying.
Yo, that's
But do you remember that?
crazy.
Like the whole
I
city,
remember
like
the
our
whole
whole,
thing.
everybody just knew the world was gonna end in
In a circle
1999.
praying.
Man, and look, we
Y2K.
24 years later.
We were supposed to have a Mayan calendar world
Whew.
destruction not too long ago, right?
Right.
It's been so much, man. I'm like, man,
We don't
fear
know.
drives, man. Fear drives. We gotta stop being so scared, man. Just exist. If it's our time,
I
to go,
do feel like we do have to not be so fearful. Like, even me, the older I've gotten, the more fearful I've gotten of different things. Like, I'll be like, nah, it's okay.
You got more fearful, man. I got more. I don't even care.
But see, that used to be me.
You
I used to
you
be
better
so.
regain it back.
I used to be like a gyps. Like, I just be so free spirit. I didn't care about nothing.
I ain't saying free spirit. I'm just.
I
Saying,
mean, like, I'm just saying, I just didn't care about nothing.
if you can't
like,
change
now-
it, why you complaining? You know, what's the point?
Yeah, I guess I got to get rid of that fear. I think it comes along with having kids.
That fear, man, is gonna make you sick from the inside. That anxiety
will.
is gonna destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change.
I
nothing,
believe
man. Like what they want to happen is gonna happen. Now, how it affects you physically is one thing, but what matters is how it affects you mentally.
That's true.
And that's just how I believe the slaves survived.
And the mind controls the body.
Right.
So I get it.
Can't be scared of this stuff, man. I mean, that don't mean sit and let it happen, but what are you scared for?
Dang.
Live
Well,
life,
that's true.
man. Our goal is to exist. That's
We
it.
need to do more than exist.
No, we need to exist.
Mm.
Existing, whatever comes in between that, that's just how you get it done.
I feel like we need to be a little bit happy while existing.
I said, what you do in between that life and death, that's just how it gets done. The goal is to exist. Reproduce, exist. Reproduce, exist. That's
That ain't going
it.
well.
It ain't going well for us. Not in this era of existence. But this wasn't always our existence.
But do you think we're going to have another existence?
Every time we reproduce, that is another existence. That is you.
Oh.
You just thinking it's going to be Tabitha. No, your children are you.
Okay. Well, I guess that's why you have children and leave legacies. And
Why do you think animals and insects and nothing else can speak English, but they understand I need to protect these things that came from you? Because they know that we say children, but they know that this is me reproduced over again. So I need to protect them with my life because this is my life.
okay. Well, we're going to end on that note.
Hey, exist.
Exist. That's the word for tonight.
Exist, good people.
Exist. Well, y'all have a good night. And until the next time, peace.